And all right, hello everyone, hello, 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 and thank you so much for joining us for this week's Quick Start webinar. So hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Cameron.
I'm Katie.
And just a quick question, quick request rather for everyone. Could you let us know in the chat when you can see us and hear us? Again, quick question, just let us know in the chat when you can see us and hear us. Now, I actually ask this because I had a bad experience once upon a time. It was one of my first webinars. I thought it was going well. Then it turned out like all my video equipment and my microphone were all messed up. So now I always ask at the beginning. And it looks like everyone can see and hear us. And
awesome.
Some of you are doing this already, but could you also let me know in the chat, where in the world are you joining us from? Because we get people in these webinars from all over the world, 4 or 5, even 6 different continents. So let us know, where in the world are you joining us from? So Katie, are you starting to see this geographic diversity in the chat over here?
Oh yes, they're coming in pretty thick and fast. We've got Phoenix, South Carolina, Canada, Oregon, Vancouver, Seattle, San Francisco, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Chicago, Texas, Switzerland, Russia, Scotland. Sorry, it's moving too quickly. New Jersey, Canada, Toronto, West Florida, Georgia, Boston, UK, Delaware, Utah, Toronto, go Raptors, whoop. NYC, us too, San Diego, Atlanta. Okay, from all over. Awesome. Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you so much for everyone. We are tuning in live from New York City, where it's 2:02 p.m. Frank, everyone watching this right now, yes, this will be recorded. Don't worry, you're going to be able to watch this again. And I like we've got some NBA rivalry in the chat. Some people saying like go that. Warriors, some people saying go Toronto. Oh, and for everyone asking, yes, this is live. Today is the 6th of June. And if you are a robot, if you think this is recorded, just let us know in the chat if you are a robot.
Oh, wow. Kirk from Australia. Well done.
Yeah, if you're joining us very early in the morning, thank you so much. That means a lot. Tyler says, true.
Welcome. Dark. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen the adverts.
Welcome to Pripyat. All right. In any case, it's 2:03 p.m. here in New York City, and I think we've given those last-minute stragglers enough time to join us. So I think it's time for us to get started. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with everyone. And finally, just going to launch my PowerPoint. And all right, hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. And thank you so much for joining us for this week's workshop. Now, the full name of this workshop is How to Create Your Own Online School and Online Courses This Week Using Teachable. But we like to call this the Quick Start webinar because this is the place where you're going to learn how to get your school started quickly. We're going to take this learning curve. We're going to bend it down a bit for you. We're going to show you just how easy this process can be. Now, you're here with us today for a reason. You're here because you're interested in online courses and what you can do with them, or maybe you want to do some online memberships or digital downloads, but you should be asking some really important questions here, like, who is this webinar built for? Who did we have in mind when we created it? And who's going to get benefit the most from what we're discussing today? Well, first and foremost, if you love standing in this empty conference room with your hand on your hip, looking, pointing at a whiteboard that says idea on it, this webinar will be perfect for you. But seriously, folks, if you're maybe interested in, online courses and you think that they might be a great way to monetize your knowledge or expertise, or if you're interested in building your audience or brand online, this training will be perfect for you. And next, if you're somebody who already has a business, whether that's an online business or an offline business, like you're a coach, a consultant, or a trainer, or a freelancer, or you work a 9-to-5, this webinar will be perfect for you because online courses are a fantastic way to scale your business, improve your engagement, or add a new revenue stream. And I'll walk you through exactly how you can do this. And then finally, if you're already an expert, if you already have an online course somewhere and you're looking for a platform that will help you make more money, work more efficiently, and provide a better experience for your students, then this webinar is going to be perfect for you. Oh, now, before I go any further, a very important tech tip for everyone in the audience. If you're seeing anything be blurry or hard to read or out of focus, there's a very easy fix. Just mouse over the video, click the gear icon on the bottom right, and then change the resolution to 720p HD. Again, if you're seeing anything be blurry or hard to read or out of focus, just mouse over the video, click that gear icon on the bottom right, and you will see, change it to 720 or even 1080p HD, and everything is going to be crystal clear. Now, this point, very important promise I'd like to make to everyone watching this webinar. Now, the first is that in the next 60 minutes, you're going to learn exactly how you can create and sell your own online courses or memberships or downloads with Teachable. Now, that doesn't sound like that much time, but you haven't seen just how easy Teachable is. In fact, the demo itself, you'll be amazed at how fast you're able to create a full course on Teachable. Now, the second promise I'll make is that this will be completely upfront and transparent. So there's no tricks, there's no gimmicks, and there's no surprise sales pitches. I'll say at the end that there will be a special offer for everyone who signs up, and you're also going to learn a little bit more about our really cool creator challenge that's happening right now, which you'll get access to if you sign up with us. But all the info in here is free, and I wanted to make that promise to you in advance. Now, if you're anything like me, when you come to a webinar like this, you want to know exactly what you're getting into. You want to know what the game plan is, what we'll be covering, or in teacher terms, what's on the syllabus. So first and foremost, we're going to have a live demo that shows you exactly how you can use Teachable to create your own online courses or memberships. And then we're going to talk about something very important, how Teachable isn't just the easiest way to build those online courses, it's the best way to actually start making money from them. It takes about 10 seconds to set up payments in Teachable. No mess, no fuss, no adding your bank accounts and stuff. It all just works, and I'll show you how. After that, we're going to talk about how you can get this all started today. Now, the main word in that sentence is today, because creating an online course sounds like a big project. Something you're going to tackle later. You're going to work on it next week. You're going to get around to it soon. It's really tempting to put it off if you don't know how easy it is, and I'll show you how simple this can really be. And finally, we're going to go over some real-life case studies of regular people and small businesses who have used Teachable to generate thousands of dollars in monthly course sales from their first courses or memberships, even if they didn't have a massive audience. Now, just a heads up, you're really going to want to take some notes. Now, I know it's 2019 and we're surrounded by gadgets and gizmos, but it's been scientifically proven that writing something down by hand is the best way to remember it. So look around you, grab a pen and paper, and jot down some notes. You are not going to regret it. Oh, now before we go any further, just have a quick poll for everyone in the chat. Just let me know the answer to this question. Who here has created an online course using Teachable? If you have, give me a yes. If you haven't, give me a no. If you want to say maybe, you can say that too. This helps me tailor the webinar to you, because if we see more yeses, we'll spend more time on the advanced stuff. If we see more no's, we'll spend more time on the basics. So are you seeing this now, Katie? Are you seeing the answers coming in? What are people saying about what they've created so far, or whether they've been doing this?
Yep, we've got John saying not yet, Mary saying no, Chris no, Monette says no, Tinya says no, Kurt, Lauren, Lorraine, Frank, Diane, all saying no. Anderson says yes, and I did see a few maybes, but I've actually lost track of them.
This is an active audience today, Katie. Yeah.
Claudia says stuck in progress. Does that make sense? And Ali is working on it at the moment.
All right. So, Katie, based off of that, what I was getting from that is that we're getting mostly no's here, but a few yeses and maybes as well. So what I'm going to do, I'll spend most of the time at the beginning going over the basics, but then I'll leave plenty of time at the end for sharing some more advanced tips and tricks. And now, what you've all been waiting for, it's time to meet your presenters. Hey everyone, that's me over on the left. I'm Cam. So I work in sales at Teachable, but I got started on our customer support team, which means I've helped everyone from individuals to big businesses get started teaching online. And on the right we have the incredible, the indomitable, the unstoppable Katie.
Hi guys. Hello, thank you, Cam. Hi guys, I'm Katie Scott. I'm an account manager here at Teachable. I'll be in the chat, so please feel free to ask any questions and I'll do my best to get back to you. And we will also have a live Q&A at the end. I mean, we are live, but even more
it'll be
live.
Extra super live.
Exactly,
yeah.
At the end. So yeah, please feel free to ask any questions.
And we are getting joined live right now by our special guest, 2 glasses of kombucha. Yep, it's on tap at our office. It's very fancy stuff. So if you see us drinking that liquid, you're like, is that beer? Are you drinking during the day? No, it's kombucha. It's fine. But in any case, Teachable isn't just me and Katie and kombucha. Everything is Teachable. We've had tens of thousands of instructors make tens of millions of dollars. We need to update this slide actually. Teaching more than 20 million students. It's absolutely incredible. And this comes from a lot of folks. This comes from, the big names, people like Pat Flynn and Seth Godin, New York Times bestselling authors. And speaking of the New York Times, they, along with other big businesses, use Teachable as well. But the most exciting part for everyone who actually works here is that the people getting great results, it's not just big businesses and big names, it's people teaching card magic or mushroom expertise or personal branding or how to be a tour guide or watercolor painting or blacksmithing or podcasting or I love this example. This guy, his name is Alan Perlman. He attended one of these webinars and then he used Teachable a few weeks later to launch a course in how to get certified as a drone pilot. Now, he wanted to do this for ages. Teachable made it possible, and now he has actually left his day job, runs his school full-time, and has made multiple six figures in revenue. Now, I hope that this gave you some inspiration for some topics. So I wanted to know, important question, what ideas do you have for course topics? Let me know in the chat. Because when I first started at Teachable, I thought that the only thing people taught online was computer science. But now that I've been here a while, I've seen people teaching everything from A to Z, or A to Z if you're in Europe. Literally, from astrology to zoology, it seems like you can teach anything online. So in the chat, let us know, what are you going to be teaching on Teachable? Like, what are your ideas for what to teach on Teachable? And Katie, are you seeing any cool topics come in? Anyone teaching anything really? What are they saying in the chat?
Yeah, we've got stone carving, sales leadership, education technology, songwriting courses, grant writing, prom makeup looks, how to start a blog, woodworking, business skills, financial literacy, fitness classes, cooking classes, lifestyle, ADHD management, and cooking, event planning, yoga, philosophy for daily life, and backpacking. Wow, okay, there's a lot. There's a ton. Arabic language, life coaching, how to use our app, professional development.
Amazing.
And there's more, but I can't read them all out.
Fantastic. Everyone, thank you so much for sharing. These seem like some good topics to me, and I know that I would definitely take a few of those. So one last thing for your keyboards. I hope you put them away. Who wants to see what your school on Teachable could look like? I'm going to show you those case studies I mentioned earlier. It's time to dive in. Let's skip this intro. Let's take a look at some case studies and then dive into the demo. So let me know in the chat. I love seeing some enthusiasm. So give me a yes, a ya, a si, we, da, hi, or a yas with multiple exclamation points. Now, give me some enthusiasm because I love seeing that people are excited to learn. That really is the best part of my job. Seeing people here from all over the world excited to learn something new. And Katie, are you seeing some enthusiasm, a little bit of excitement in the chat?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, Steve's ready, Jesse, Larissa, Ali, Christopher, Lorraine, very ready. Yes, all ready to go.
All right. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to sharing my screen with you, and I'm gonna start by showing you some examples. And the first example course I'd like to share with you is a course called The Foundations of Card Magic. And there's two things I want you to pay attention to here. Like the first topic, like card magic. Seriously, I thought you had to become like a magician's apprentice or something to learn card magic. And apparently there were a lot of people who wanted to learn this but didn't know how, because the people behind this course raised money on Kickstarter to build it, and they raised something incredible. What was it? $66,500. That's how much money they raised to teach card magic online. So if you're interested in, if you think your topic might be a little bit niche or a little bit small, don't worry, because there's probably still demand for it out there. And the other thing I want you to pay attention to is this kind of beautiful sales page or landing page. This is the page that convinces someone to buy this course for $52. And it starts at the top with this beautiful header image. There's a rich description filled with images and text, an instructor bio so that you establish your authenticity with your audience. You have the full lesson plan, including free previews. It's built right in. Then it continues. There's FAQs to address user concerns, testimonials for social proof, and then finally that call to action to get started now. Now, next, I want to show you an example of a course creator who sells to businesses and teams. So he sells a course in JavaScript or different types of TypeScript. Now, he sells to businesses. So let me check out one of his courses here, Angular JavaScript Fundamentals. So when I go to buy his course, what I see is that I can buy these in licenses. So I can buy a single license for $129, but then there's team licenses. So I can buy a team license for 10 users for $900, 20 users for $1,500, all the way to 40 users for $2,500. And when somebody buys one of these group licenses, he uses our built-in coupon and discount system to create 25 or 40 or however many licenses they need to allow that number of people to enroll. So if you want to sell to businesses or teams or organizations, totally possible with Teachable. Now I want to show you something very important, which is a great example of a membership on Teachable. So Teachable is not just for courses, it's for memberships. So this is what Dave Cross does. A membership is when you give people access to a content for a monthly or annual subscription. So Dave Cross, he teaches Photoshop. He's been teaching Photoshop for over 28 years. That's older than I am, so this really kind of dates it. He's a real expert, and as you can see as I scroll down here, he has a ton of content to share. So with someone with content like this, trying to sell every single piece of content one by one would be hard. So instead what he does is he sells all of his content. It's like more than $4,000 worth of content. He sells it for $20 a month or $190 a year. And at this point, he is up, I think, into the high hundreds of subscribers, which is a really substantial monthly recurring income. So if you're interested in a membership, you can do that right on Teachable. Now, I also want to show you Stack Skills. Stack Skills has courses from multiple people on their site. This is something that you can do on your site as well. So if you want to have, a guest contributor put up a course and then have Teachable split up the revenue between you guys automatically, we can do that. So for instance, they've got courses here from Kevin, from Tanner, from Sanjin. So when someone buys Tanner's HTML course for $25, we'll automatically split up the revenue between Tanner and the school owner, and we'll handle all the taxes as well. So if you're interested in having other people contribute to your site or to your academy, Teachable will handle that beautifully. Now next, I want to show you Sewema. So as you saw at the beginning, there's lots of people here from all over the world, and many of you, if not most of you, are going to be teaching in languages other than English, and that's why I want to show you Sewema. They're an example of a site that's in another language, entirely in French, or entièrement en français. So everything here is in the other language. So instead of creating a successful startup, you say créer une startup à succès. Instead, it's not just the names of the courses, it's also the interface. So when I go to click login, I click connexion. Instead of putting in my email, I put in my adresse électronique. Instead of my password, my mot de passe. So no matter what language you want to teach in, your students will be able to learn in that language. And then finally, I wanted to show you two more things. First is Healbright. They have done a great job of customizing their site with our Power Editor. So if you know how to code, you can do even deeper customization on our professional plan. So they've done things like add this beautiful video backdrop, for instance. I also want to show you one more thing. It was driving.cover.com. So this is an example of a free course on Teachable that's used to get people in. So Cover, they're an insurance company. So they don't make money from their course. They have a free online defensive driving course on Teachable. You can check it out right here. And what they do is when you take their free course on Teachable, they give you a discount on their insurance. So they drive revenue even when they just have free courses. So even if you're someone who's not going to, be making a lot of money from your courses, you can use this to generate leads and to generate revenue by using free training or mini courses as well. So now that we've had a chance to take a look at some examples, let's actually hop in here and let's create our very own school, which we call a course website, and then we'll build some courses inside of it. So I'm going to go to teachable.com and put in my email address. I'm just going to do Cameron Quickstart. Today is 6619 at teachable.com, and I'll click Get Started right here. Now I just need to put in my full name, Cameron Mattis, but I'm a millennial, so you can find me on Instagram at Cameron Mattis. I'm a little self-deprecating about the millennial thing. Put in a super secret password. Sorry guys, I can't tell you what that is. And I'll agree to our terms of use and privacy policy, which make it clear that you own your students, your content, your pricing. You own everything. Finally, I'm going to name my school. Again, a school is just a website that contains your courses. We call it a school. And I'll keep things boring by calling it Teachable Quickstart. You can change this at any time, so you don't need to go through and decide this right now. You can do something boring and change it later. So the last thing that I need to do, as soon as I have filled out all this information, my school is getting created for me. I'm just going to put in my location to finish creating it. And now we're ready, okay? So in just a couple of seconds, we have built a school, and we are getting ready to start actually adding content to it. Now, when you create your school, we bring you to our welcome dashboard. Our welcome dashboard, it walks you through all the things you need to do. And hey, skip the first part where it says sign up for the live webinar. You're in the webinar already. So now you have create a course, customize look and feel, and set up our domain name. So I'm gonna hop right in. I'm gonna go ahead and click create a course. Now, very important question in the chat. What should we be teaching on Teachable today? Give me something funny here. Give me something amusing that we should be teaching. In the past, we've done like underwater basket weaving. We've done how to train your dragon. We've done how to lead a webinar without any tech issues. Like, we've done a lot of funny things, but let me know in the chat, what is like the funniest thing that we should be teaching today? I'm really kind of curious to hear if the audience here is made up of some real comedians with some good ideas. Looking in here already, Katie. Oh, Katie, let me turn on your microphone. Sorry about that.
Yeah, they're coming in pretty quick. John says beard trimming. We've got how to tie shoes with your mouth, tying your shoelaces, how to bathe a cat. That'd be tough. How to herd cats. Love the cat ones. SpongeBob. Okay. Teaching a fish to swim, how to become a mermaid, why you shouldn't create an online course.
Ooh, Edward, blowing my mind with that one.
Speed reading. Yeah, I could use a course in that, actually. How to safely drop a baby. That is dark. Does Teachable allow... Oh, yeah, I'll get back to your question. But I really like... Where's the beard trimming one? I really like the... How to...
Beard trimming?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. From John. Yeah.
John, beard trimming. Well,
Feels
John,
right.
Congratulations, John. Ding, 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 ding. You are our lucky winner. You win nothing. So congratulations on your incredible prize. Actually, you do win something. I was lying a little bit. We're going to name this course after you. So everyone in the chat, give a big thumbs up to John for getting this course named after him. So I'm going to call this John's Guide to Beard Trimming. Now, the course subtitle, this is like a little line that goes into a bit more info about the course. So for instance, it's like the title of the course is The Foundations of Card Magic. The subtitle is A Comprehensive Lesson Plan for Learning the Foundations of This Craft, or whatever. So the subtitle of this one will be The Only Guide on the Internet that will walk you through the perils of trimming your beard! Exclamation point. And the creator of this, or the author, it's going to be my name by default. So sorry, John, even though you're the creator of this, Cameron Mattis, or at Cameron Mattis on Instagram, I'm gonna make myself the author here. I want some credit. So I'm gonna click create course now. And now I've actually created the course, and it's time for me to start actually adding some content to it. So I'm just gonna give the page a quick refresh. And all right, so the terminology, before I move on, the terminology we use for courses is sections and lectures, okay? Think of this like a book. A book is made up of pages that are divided into chapters. A course is made up of lectures, which are divided into sections. Your content lives in the lectures. The lectures are like the pages. The sections just divide and organize the lectures. So you might have a beginning section, 2 sections in the middle, and an end section. And each of those sections has lectures, and the lectures contain your content. So I just wanted to get that terminology out of the way before we really dove into this. So we have a section here by default. It's called First Section. So I'll click New Lecture to start adding some content to this. So I'll call this Lecture 1, Beards are fun! Exclamation point. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I want to add a little bit of video content here. So I'm going to go to my computer and I'm going to select a video file. I'll choose a file, and then from my computer I'll select a video. Now, something very important, you don't need to upload your files to YouTube or Vimeo or whatever. You can just upload them straight to us, and we will host them for you. And we allow you to host an unlimited amount of content. So I've added a video, and it uploads in just a second, and it's already showing up here. It's optimizing, and it's getting ready for playback. So you've added a video. Now I'm going to go ahead and, how about I'll add a PDF or something, so another type of file. So I'll go ahead, choose Files, and I'll go to my computer and I'll select a PDF document. Click Upload, and the PDF uploads in just a couple of seconds. Now, I've added video, I've added PDF. I could add like a presentation or something, a presentation like a PowerPoint. I would just export that as a video, then upload it. It's really easy. But I've added a video and a PDF right now. So what I'm going to do now, how about some text? I'm going to add like a text block here. So I'm going to go to my computer, and just to save us all some time, I'm going to copy and paste in some demo text. This is the meat version of Lorem Ipsum. Apologies to any vegetarians or vegans out there. No animals were harmed in the making of this demo text. But in any case, if I want to make the text bold, I just select it and I make it bold. If I want to make something italic, I select it and then I hit the italic button. If I want to link something for google.com, I select it, I hit the link button, I insert a link to google.com, and I'll just check the box to open this in a new tab, because I hate it when I click a link and it navigates me away. So if you want to link to external resources, you just put in a text block and you put in a link that way. Oh, and for people asking, yes, you can use YouTube videos if you want to, but we can host them for you, so there's no really need to. So you'll notice as I've added content to this page, it shows up on the page as what we call a block. So we have this video block, we have a PDF block, we have a text block, and these are all draggable and droppable and rearrangeable. I can take actions with them. Like for my video, I can check this button to make it downloadable, or I can uncheck it and students won't be able to download it. I can add captions. I can even set custom thumbnails here. So I've added a few different types of content to this page, and I think that we've done enough on this lecture. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new lecture and add a little bit more content. So on my next lecture, I think I'll add like a quiz or an assessment, and I'll also add, how about some discussion? So I'll call this Lecture to Beards and You. So before I actually add the quiz, I'm going to show you a brand new setting that we just added onto our professional plan. So our main plan is a professional plan. We just added a bunch of compliance settings. So if you're training team members or you're selling training to people who care about compliance, we now have compliance methods on this. So I can just, for instance, click on Enforce Lecture Order, and students now are forced to go through the course in order. Then I click on Enforce Video Watching, and now my students have to watch all of the video before they can move on in the course. And then finally, I can just click Enforce Graded Quiz Completion, and I can set a minimum passing grade for my quizzes. So I'll do, I don't know, 75%, and I can even set a number of retake attempts. So I'll allow one retake attempt if they fail the quiz. So I just wanted to enable these settings before I actually built the assessment right here. So I'm actually going to first, before I do the quiz, I'm going to enable comments and discussions on this page. And back in the day, this would take me ages because I would have to use a third party, like a third party service or something like that. Let me show you how long it takes on Teachable. Literally one click and I've enabled comments and discussions on this page. It's dead simple. And you can do this on any page, on just one of your pages, on all of them, on some of them. Really, it's up to you. We give you a lot of flexibility. So I've added comments. Now I want to add a quiz. So our quiz builder is simple, it's easy, and users have no trouble understanding it. So we support multiple choice, multiple answer, and true false questions. So if you are interested in doing like a short answer or long answer or essays, we integrate with major providers for those. So let me do a multiple choice question. So who is presenting? Correct answer is Katie and Cam. An incorrect answer is Chef Boyardee. And another incorrect answer is Comrade Dyatlov. So if you've been watching HBO Chernobyl, you'll recognize that name. So that's a multiple choice question. Then I can do a multiple answer. So which of these are Game of Thrones characters? And the person will have to select all the correct answers to get this right. So I'm going to do, I don't know, for Dany Targaryen. So she's a Game of Thrones character. An incorrect answer will be Frodo Baggins. Another incorrect answer will be George Washington, but a correct answer will be Jon Snow. So to get this question right, they would need to select all the correct answers, okay? So I'll just leave this here, but you can also do true, false, and a few other things. And for people asking if you can put images in the quiz, typically you put the images above the quiz in a text block, and then you just reference them during the quiz, like in image A, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to publish this lecture. So we've added the quiz, we've added discussion, and we're moving pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move on. Now, you might be wondering at this point, okay, I've already got a lot of content ready. I've been building some videos already. Like, how do I get these all into Teachable? Like, do I have to do this one thing at a time? So I'm going to show you my favorite feature in Teachable. It's called the bulk upload feature. So I'm going to do the bulk upload button, and from my computer, I'm going to drag and drop in 7 different MP4 video files. And when I click upload, what the system will do, it'll import all of them, analyze them, process them, and then we'll create a brand new video lecture for every single file I just added. So in about 10 seconds, I was just able to create a super duper lecture, my personal favorite lecture, an incredible lecture, a fantastic lecture, really fantastic, an okay lecture, and the best lecture ever. Now, something that's actually very important. So just like if I go into one of my lectures, just like I can drag and drop and rearrange my content inside the lectures, it's the same thing for the structure of the course. So I can take an incredible lecture and I can drag this down over here. I could take a super duper lecture and I can drag this up over here. I can rearrange everything as much as I want. So my last thing is I'll make my first 2 lectures a free preview for people to be able to watch without purchasing. That way they can get a taste of it before they buy. And then finally, let's get on to my favorite part of this, which is adding a price, okay? So people ask me all the time, like, Cameron, how do I set prices on Teachable? Or what do I set my course price at on Teachable? And so I think that people want like a magic number, like $147, that's the price you should set. And there's no magic number, but there's 2 things you can do that I've found to boost your sales by up to 50%. And that's giving your users multiple ways to pay you and giving your users ways to pay you more. So let me show you an example. I'm going to start off by doing a standard price. It's a one-time purchase, and for all of our prices, you can set them in whatever currency you want, but I'll stick to US dollars for this example. So I'll set the main price of this course to be $299 US, and I'm going to change the name of this price to be Basic Edition. I'm going to show you why in just a second. So I'm going to change the name of the price to be the Basic Edition, and I'm going to say that it includes only the course. Now, why am I doing this? Because remember the first thing I just said there. One of the best ways to increase your income is to give users ways to pay you more. So now that I've added the basic edition, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click a new pricing plan. I'll do another one-time purchase. I'll set the price to be $899, and I'm going to call this the VIP edition. And I'll say that this includes the course plus some one-on-one private training. So now a bunch of my users, they're going to pay me $600 more just for some one-on-one training. So what I'll do is when somebody buys this, I'll shoot them an email, coordinating setting up our one-on-one time on Skype or something else. So I've added a basic edition, I've added a VIP edition. Now, I also want to make this easily accessible for other people. So $300 up front, that's a lot of money. So I'm going to add another option. I'm going to add a payment plan where instead of paying me upfront $300, I'll add 3 monthly payments of $119. I'll call this the payment plan over time, and I'll say select this option to pay over time. So now users, they can pay over time, and when they do this, their credit card or debit card is locked in. They can't cancel the payment, so it's a contract, okay? So in just a couple of minutes, I've added a basic edition, a VIP edition, and a payment plan. So this is looking good, so I'm going to publish this, and I'm going to move on. But there's a few things that I want to do. That I wanted to show you like after I publish this course. So the first thing is that I wanted to show you the 3 pages that come along with your course. So when you create a course on Teachable, it has 3 pages. There's a sales page, a checkout page, and a thank you page. So the thank you page, this is where you can do upsells. So upsells are typically an advanced feature where you have to pay for an external shopping cart in order to do upsells. An upsell means when somebody buys your course, you give them the option right then and there, like, hey, I see you just bought this $100 course. Do you also, do you want to get a discount right now for my $300 course? So on your thank you page, you can click the button to convert this to an upsell, and then you can set an option for them to buy another course, and you can even give them a discount right on that page, a special discount, a one-time offer, only if they buy right here. So since we added this feature last year, we have actually made more than our instructors have made more than $2 million with our upsells. It's pretty exciting. So that's the thank you page. Then we have our checkout page. Again, Teachable has its own built-in shopping cart. It's one of the highest converting carts in the industry, and believe it or not, people who have paid for external shopping carts have canceled their subscriptions just to use our page. So you can customize it to add testimonials, to add bullet points and trust badges. So I can add a testimonial like, see what others have to say. And I'll add a testimonial here from, I don't know, I'll say my friend Katie. Katie's leaving me a great testimonial. So from Katie, she says, great course, learned a lot. Fantastic. What a great testimonial, Katie. I appreciate that. Then you can also add bullet points. Here's, you can say like, here's what you're going to learn. Here's what you'll learn. And then you can add like a bunch of bullet points, like some stuff, another bullet point, more stuff, etc., etc., etc. And you can also add trust badges, to show how that your PCI is secured, that there's satisfaction guaranteed. So I'll add a money back badge, which says 30 days satisfaction guaranteed, and I'll hit save. And now I've customized my checkout page, again, in just a couple of minutes. So that's the first thing I've done, is I've customized my checkout page. Now, the final thing that I want to do is I can customize my sales page. So remember these beautiful sales pages that we were looking at before? The ones that looked like they took hours and hours to build? Well, we have actually created a sales page while we've built the course. So as we add content here, it shows up on the sales page. We've got our author bio, the course description, the course curriculum, and all we have to do here is finish some customization. So I can add, a beautiful backdrop to, to the header image that we were looking at earlier. So, there's a header image at the top here. I'm going to add a header image of my own. And Teachable even includes a library of royalty-free stock images. So I'll use, how about the Golden Gate Bridge here? So I'll add my royalty-free stock image of the Golden Gate Bridge. Wow, that's looking beautiful. Okay. I'll put in my course description. So I'll go to my computer and I'll copy and paste in a little bit of demo text to talk about how great this course is. And I'll even put another stock image in the description so that it looks really official. I'll add another stock image, and then, how about some more text to look even better? Now we've got our author bio, all about me, Cameron Mattis at Cameron Mattis. So I'm going to say headline, expert something. I'll add a picture of myself, except I don't have a picture of myself on this computer, so I'll use a picture of my coworker, Ryan. Thanks, Ryan, for letting me borrow your photo. And then for my bio, I'll tell the world a little bit about how I was born with a full beard and had to learn to trim it when I was 6 months old, etc. So I've added my bio there, hit save, and we're all set. Now, something very important, just like you can drag and drop and rearrange everything else on Teachable, it's the same thing with your sales page. So I can move around all the different blocks we have on the page. And this is very, very important here. You can also add testimonials and stuff right on this page. So I'm going to click Insert a New Block, and then I'll add a testimonial block right here. So we even write the testimonial for you. This is an excellent course, definitely worth checking out. And I'll say this is a testimonial from Encore Nagpal, who, believe it or not, is actually the CEO of Teachable. So I'll put in a picture of Encore that I have on my computer. And all right, we have built a pretty beautiful sales page here. So we just created a sales page, a checkout page, and a thank you page. And then finally, one last thing I wanted to do, I wanted to show you certificates. Now, for people asking about coupons, yes, you can make those. I don't have time to demo it right now, but you can create coupons and discounts easily. But I'm going to make a certificate right now, okay? So I'm going to click Create a New Certificate. I'll use one of our built-in templates, and then I can customize this. I can add images, I can add subtitles, I can add my signature. So I can do a lot of customization as well to my certificate. So I'm all set on here, and I think I'm just about ready to get started. So there's pretty much nothing else that I have left to do. Maybe add a thumbnail image to the course. Like I'll add one of my royalty-free stock images. All right, looking good. I've added a thumbnail here. So I think that's just about the last thing that I'd want to do. So I've created a course. Now it's time for me to customize the look and feel. So for the look and feel, we make it easy for you to drag and drop and move things around and change things. So I'll add a logo just by going to my computer and dragging in a logo file. It's that simple. I want to change the font for my site, so I'll click on a new font and I'll hit save, and I've changed the font. If I want to change the colors, I can just select a new color like manually, or I can use a built-in color scheme. It's really up to me. I'll stick with a built-in because I think it looks really good. And there we go. I've customized the look and feel. Now I'm just going to make a quick change here just to finish this up. And now we're just about finished. So I have created a course, I've customized look and feel. Now it's time for me to set up my domain name. And on Teachable, you can use a Teachable domain. It's like something.teachable.com, or you can use a custom domain like courses.52cards.com, like this example. So I'll stick with our Teachable domain. And for those in the chat being like, hey, how do I add a testimonial if no one's taken my course yet? Hey, add a testimonial from someone who can just attest to your skills. So if you're teaching card magic, it doesn't have to be someone who's learned from you, but it could be another magician who knows how good a card magician you are. Stuff like that, okay? Now, there we go. I'm going to click confirm domain, and we are all set here. So we're just about ready. So we've created a course, customized look and feel, and set up our domain name. So now it's time to launch our school, and we are all set. So we've launched our school. Now it's time for us to actually check out what we've built. So I'm going to click cool, let's get to work. And I'm already getting an invite to our creator challenge. And I'll tell you more about this at the end. This is available if you're on a paid Teachable plan this summer. It's really exciting. So let's take a look at that beautiful site that we've built. John's Guide to Beard Trimming, the only guide on the internet that will walk you through the perils of trimming your beard, okay? So we've got our button here to enroll in the course. We've got our description with our images and our text, our author bio, all about me, our class curriculum, including free previews. We've got our testimonials for social proof, FAQs to address user concerns, and finally our pricing options. So you've got the basic option, the VIP edition, or the payment plan. Oh, and by the way, this is all going to work beautifully on a mobile device. So if I'm on an iPhone here, I'm looking at my course on an iPhone, and it's beautiful, it's simple, it's clean. There's nothing I have to do to customize it. It all just works on mobile devices out of the box. And it's the same thing, by the way, when you're inside the course. So my course is beautiful and simple and clean. It's easy for me to use, and it's beautiful for the user. And it's the same thing, by the way, when you're looking at this on a mobile device. So on a mobile device, everything from my quizzes to my comment section is perfectly mobile formatted. So guys, thank you so much. We just spent an amazing time learning about Teachable, seeing exciting things about Teachable. So I've got to give you, a shout out for sticking through this, but I wanted to tell you a little bit more about the special offer that we have today, and I wanted to tell you a little bit more about what we have today in store for you. But first, I've got to give you a little bit of a congratulations. We've done this. You guys have learned a ton about Teachable, but sometimes when you learn a ton, you feel a little bit like this. So if you feel a little bit overwhelmed, it's okay. You can let me know in the chat. But while you do, big question for everyone. What has been your biggest takeaway so far? Let me know in the chat, what has been your biggest takeaway so far? For some, it's the, I can sell to businesses and teams. For others, it's the, this is actually easier than I thought. For some, it's that you can offer certificates. For others, it's that there are multiple prices. For others, it's that it works on mobile devices automatically. So let me know in the chat, what has your biggest takeaway been from this presentation? I really appreciate you letting me know this. So I'm looking in the chat right now, and people are saying like simplicity, there's a membership option, it's intuitive to build, ease of use, and pricing model, excited to the way to set up pricing, really easy. So thank you everyone for that, and I appreciate your takeaways, but something that I want you to take away from this is that you can do this. Just like this guy who was jumping over this cliff for some reason, you can do this. Because I know at Teachable that we have got all this data. We know this because we have seen tens of thousands of instructors launch successfully to tens of millions of students and earning $250+ million in the process. And what we found from all of this data is that there are two paths that you can take to success, and both of them can work. Now, the first path is that you go on this journey yourself. You take the learnings from this webinar, you read our blog, you take all the action on your own. Now, this will take longer, but I've got confidence. I'm bet that you can do this if you just spend a ton of time doing it. But then there's the second path. The second path is to follow a proven path from folks who have done this before, get extra help along the way, and use best practices. This path is way faster and more likely to work because there's accountability and because, again, you're following best practices. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to find a way to offer that second path from folks who are interested. Find a way to help you maximize your success and minimize the time spent. Because we've given you two things. We want to give you two things. The first thing is the tools and the tech. That comes with the software. But then you need that proven plan to follow from people who have done this before. And that's why we created a special Teachable offer for today. Now, today, you're going to get this offer when you join us on our professional plan. Our professional plan is $99 a month, or if you pay annually, it's $79 a month. Now, it comes with everything you'll need, from unlimited courses and students, a custom domain, learner progress tracking, e-commerce, multiple instructors, drip content, instant payments, course compliance, live chat support 7 days a week, certificates. All of our features are built into the professional plan. Now, the cool thing is all these folks on this page who have made 6 or 7 figures with Teachable, they're still paying us that same $99 a month for the professional plan. We don't charge you based on your success, and this supports, again, unlimited students and learners. But it's not just the tech and the tools. The Pro plan handles all of that. But we wanted to give you a proven step-by-step plan to actually launch and create your school. And there should be, by the way, if you've heard enough, there's a button live above the video right now for you to join Teachable. So we wanted to give you the training as well, the info on how to do this. And that's why we created Teachable U. So Teachable U is our signature training program. It gives you everything you need to create your online courses or memberships, earn money, gain your freedom. Now, like I said, it's an online training program with a specific goal to take you through the process to launching your course in 90 days or less. Now, if you want to create a course, this is the fastest way to get it done. And I should mention, I'm actually going to stop the presentation for a second. When you join us on our paid plan today, in addition to everything you're getting in Teachable U, you're also going to get entry into our Creator Challenge. This is a special challenge that we're running all summer long, and we're giving extra bonuses and incentives. So for instance, if you're in our challenge and you're going to get entry automatically when you join us on a paid plan today, you'll be able to get 2 months free of ConvertKit when you publish your first course. You'll be able to get swag from Teachable, like a plaque or mugs when you make your first $5, or when you make your first, I think it's like $10,000. We've got all these prizes, including at the end of the summer, the folks who are successful, either beginners or experts. We have 2 tracks. We're going to send you on an all expenses paid trip to New York City for a mastermind weekend. So on top of everything I'm about to tell you about, when you join us on Teachable today on a paid plan, you're going to get entry into the Creator Challenge as well. So Teachable U consists of 4 premium trainings. Now, the 4 trainings cover the major phases of course creation. The first one is about choosing your course topic. So if you're thinking, okay, like how do I narrow exactly? I want to teach carpentry, but do I teach an advanced course for, experts, or a beginner course for people who want to start a business? How do I do this? This course helps you narrow it down. We give you a framework, we walk you through case studies, we give you multiple techniques, and even help you name your course. You'll leave confident that you have the right course topic or membership topic for your audience. Now, for those of you in the chat being like, hey, this sounds great, this sounds amazing, but I don't have an audience yet. There's 0 people on my email list or 10 people on my email list. All I've got are LinkedIn followers. How do I do this? That's why we have a second training, which is dedicated to building your audience using courses. That's right. Using courses, you can actually generate hundreds or even of thousands of people on your list using things like our mini course strategy, or creating an email course. We're going to give you 18 different types of content that you can use on Teachable in order to actually grow your list. So for those of you thinking like, okay, this sounds great, but I'm only going to do this when I have an audience, this helps you build your audience. And we have tons of testimonials from people in our Facebook group saying like, hey, Teachable U was worth it because it helped me create an audience as well. After you go through the lessons in this training, you'll be actually able to create an audience of fans who are ready to sign up for your paid course or membership. The third training is all about creating your course content. So today we walked through all the benefits and how to actually set everything up on Teachable, but how do you actually film your videos? What's the equipment you should use? How do you plan and outline your course? This is what this training handles. So you're going to learn all of our methods for mapping out your curriculum. We're going to give you a few different formats of courses and a home video setup that's really cheap, and it lets you get great quality content. And I know this sounds complicated, so this training will actually help you manage your time in order to do this effectively, which means that by the end of this, you'll be able to create a professional, high-impact course and put it on a beautiful Teachable page. Then finally, our final training is about launching your course. So now that you've built everything, how do you get this out into the world? So our launch your course training goes into detail from data on thousands of launches. We learn all about the different types of course launches, how to set your pricing. I saw someone in the chat earlier saying like pricing is the thing I'm most confused about. This training spends a ton of time on pricing and gives you a lot of resources and worksheets to how to set it. We walk you through how to send emails, and we even give you a whole launch calendar, like a 30-day email launch plan to actually launch your course to everyone. Now, after these lessons, you'll be able to launch your first course, generate your first revenue, and enroll your first students. And again, when you do all of this, you're making progress towards those milestones in the Creator Challenge, which you get entry to for free when you join us on a paid plan today. Now, throughout all of those 4 trainings, you're getting access to all of our checklists, our templates, our email scripts, our course launch calendars, like our $56 studio setup. And you go through all of these at your own pace, so they're going to fit into your schedule even if you're busy. Oh, and even if you're busy, I'm going to say this. The stuff in the Creator Challenge, which again, you get free access to when you join us today, you're not going to want to miss it. Like tomorrow, for instance, on Friday, we're having a live Q&A with Seth Godin. And this is just one of the many events that's only open to folks who are in the Creator Challenge. So if you're interested in this is seriously the best time to join, because, stuff like tomorrow, the AMA with Seth Godin, it's incredible the stuff that you'll get access to, not just in addition to these regular bonuses, but the Creator Challenge as well. And finally, you're going to get a few more special bonuses as well, like our live stream partner workshops, where in addition to the 4 courses, the 4 core trainings, we also have live workshops from our partners. This is a great example, like Seth Godin, who's going to come and speak to everyone in the Creator Challenge. So we bring in the best people to come and teach you more exciting things, generally like advanced topics or in-depth AMA sessions. Now, a special bonus when you join us today as part of this webinar only. This isn't even available to everyone in the challenge. This is only available for folks joining us on a webinar like this one. You're also going to get the replays from our last Teachable Summit. This is a huge event we do every year with speakers and in a ton of different areas of expertise. You get access to all the replays from their presentations when you join us today on Teachable. This is over $1,000 worth of training and bonuses. It would be worth it even if you paid that. It would be a great investment. But when you join us today on our professional plan, you're still going to get all of this as a gift. Now, we do also have a basic plan. The basic plan is a little bit cheaper. It doesn't come with the advanced features like certificates or course compliance or quizzes or anything like that. And there's a transaction fee, a 5% transaction fee. So we do typically recommend this only to folks who just want to kind of dip a toe in the water. Most folks, they end up on the Pro plan. The Pro plan, like I said, is our most popular plan, used by about 80% of subscribers to Teachable, and it's about right for most people. So here's what to do now. Just select your plan above to buy the bundle now, and it gets better, because this is very important. I actually have seen a bunch of upgrades come through already, so thank you to everyone who's upgraded, and this is the best time to do it. But for those of you on the fence, I want to tell you about our money-back guarantee. So you have 30 days to go through everything, set up your school, download all your bonuses, participate in the Creator Challenge, and if by the end of that time you decide Teachable isn't right for you, let us know and we'll give you a full refund. No questions asked. Now, this means it's 100% risk-free. Now, a little bit of a personal admissions here. A little bit. I can be somewhat of an anxious person sometimes. I can when I'm debating what to do, I'm like, oh man, should I do this? Should I do this? I don't know. My heart starts racing. And when I do this, sometimes I think, what is the worst case scenario? What is the worst thing that'll happen if I make this choice? Sometimes that helps calm me down. And that's the case here, because the worst case scenario is that you get your money back and we go our separate ways. That's literally the worst thing that can happen, is you getting your money back and we go our separate ways. It's that simple. So if you're on the fence, we wanted to make this a no-brainer. And one last thing, and this is only for folks on our Pro plan. So only for folks who join us on the Pro plan. You're also going to get 8 weeks of our live group coaching calls. So I lead these every week. Myself or someone from the team will be on here, and it's a real masterclass session. We talk to you about, what's been going on. We help you with your questions. We solve the troubles that you're having, and we give each other advice and feedback and hear about our wins. It's a fantastic group. I love leading these every week. It's a small group, typically between 5 and 20 people. You get access to 8 weeks of these for free when you join us on Pro today. And this is on top of everything else you're getting. So when you join us today, you get the Teachable U curriculum, you get the course creation templates, you get our 2018 Summit replays, you get the monthly live stream trainings, you get the 8 weeks of live group coaching, and you get free entry into the Creator Challenge, which has its own set of milestones, including 2 months free of ConvertKit just for publishing your first course. Now, here's what folks say about Teachable. Abby Lynn Ashley says, I had created online courses before without much success. This time I decided to just host on Teachable. I launched my first course and made $41,000 in sales. It's still a little bit crazy to me. I cannot express how happy I've been with Teachable. And Julie says, I finally hit the 5-figure mark with my first course launch. So she made over $10,000. And one thing, look at this. She made $10,000 with 21 students. 21 students. You don't need an audience of tens of thousands. All you need sometimes is to have 20 people, the same amount of people who will fit in a room with you. 20 people. Do you think that you can get 20 people to say yes to what you have to teach? How about 10 people? How about 5? Because even at those low numbers, Teachable can still generate thousands of dollars in income and impact the lives of lots of people. So if this makes sense to you, it's time to buy the bundle now. Now, after you upgrade, first you just see the upgrade screen where you upgrade your plan. Then you get an email with all the details. You get immediate access to the bundle, and you'll be able to enter the Creator Challenge. Now, why is this offer so great? If we're giving away like $1,000 worth of bonuses, why don't we just sell it? Well, we're a software company, and in the long run, even though it could make sense for us to sell these bonuses and trainings, and we used to do that and make some money that way, in the long run, we make more money from our software and from you subscribing to it and doing well. Now, you're not going to subscribe to us if you're not making money and you're not being successful. So it makes more sense for us to give away training that makes you successful and that builds our business in the long run. That's the nice part of working on Teachable. We're only successful when you are. If you need help, like I said, we have live support in the United States 7 days a week. We're based right in the US. We don't outsource. And I will say that our live chat support is only on our Pro plan. It's another reason the reason the Pro plan is a little bit better. There's live chat support on Pro plan only. Basic has email tickets. They're great. But if you want that live support 7 days a week, that's where the Pro plan comes in. Now, Angela says, I'm thankful for the awesome power of the internet, for a passion I get to share with my students, and for a platform that lets me do it my way. Now, I want to feature you in our next testimonial. So if this all makes sense to you, let's see you on the other side. Let's see you join Teachable, and I will see you in the Creator Challenge. Now, our live Q&A is starting now. It's going for the next 15 minutes or so. So ask us all your questions in the chat. We want to make sure that you are getting started with confidence. And all right, everyone, hello, hello, hello. We are right here. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us here. All right, so questions. So Alicia says there's an awesome Facebook group for the challenge. That's correct. So when you join the Creator Challenge, you'll actually be able to sign up you're going to be able to sign up for our private Creator Challenge Facebook group. So you get free access to that alongside the Creator Challenge. Ali says, can we place the Facebook pixel on the pages? Yes, we support Facebook pixels on the pages. Krish has upgraded. Oh, important, let us know in the chat when you upgrade. That way we can make sure to track your bonuses and expedite them and also give you a virtual high five. So to Krish, virtual high five and real high five.
Ooh. Phil, some people are asking that if you're already on the pro plan, what to do. So you can shoot us a note at teachable.com/help or support@teachable.com, and we'll be able to get you those bonuses.
Candace, how do we get the bonuses? You're going to get them automatically via email. If you're not seeing them in a couple of hours, shoot a message to our support team and we'll get them to you. Okay, so Ben says, if someone purchases a course and uses the split pay option, can they cancel and charge back in the middle of the course? Ben, someone can always call their credit card company and say, hey, this was a fraudulent purchase and filing a chargeback. That's the case if you're selling books, if you're selling cars, if you're selling digital courses, if you're selling ebooks. If someone is able to pay with a credit card, they can always call their credit card company and be like, hey, I didn't make this purchase. That's just a risk of selling something online. So that can happen with Teachable, that can happen anywhere else. But when that happens on Teachable, we automatically remove the user from the course and block them from accessing your content.
Natalie's saying, can you embed Vimeo? You can absolutely embed any video with an iframe, so it could be from YouTube, Vimeo, but just remember Vimeo would be an extra cost. So we provide free hosting, streaming, and storage. But it's up to you. If you have your videos on Vimeo and want to keep them there, you can embed them into the course.
Scott, the basic plan, the Pro plan is the one that's $99 a month. So just to be clear, the Pro plan is the $99 a month one, not the basic plan.
George, can you upgrade at any time? Yep, you can upgrade at any time. Just note that this offer is just for today.
Tammy upgraded. Tammy, virtual high five, real high five.
Yeah.
Boom. Renee says, when someone purchases a course, what appears in their credit card statement? I believe it appears like online course, like the name of your course, but I'd actually have to check with our support team. I don't believe that it appears as Teachable. It should appear with your school name or your course's name in it.
WC, do you have automatic targeted emails to keep them engaged in the course? So we don't have that natively, but within Teachable U, we have resources and a set of email templates that you can be used. If they are targeted throughout the course, I'm not sure, but you would have to edit and tweak the resources anyway. But we do have a breakdown and a calendar schedule of when you can email users to get them engaged and excited for your course and ready for your launch.
So Ben says, why does a pro plan say $79 on your website, $99 here? So Ben, it's $79 a month if you pay upfront for the year. It's $99 if you pay monthly. If you want to pay for the year, that's totally fine. You would actually start by paying for the month and then switch to the annual payment, and you would get, we'd only charge you the difference.
Alicia, how do you advertise the courses? So you own all of your courses, content, and students, and also your pricing. We have native features in the actual platform, so a number of things like Teachable U, which helps you market your course and has a step-by-step plan of how you can market your course. We also have a native affiliate program, so any users that you have enrolled in your course already can help you promote your site as well, and then you can select the revenue share that they get every time someone signs up via that link. And we also have a ton of information on our blog and resources to help you with that advertising as well. But like I said, you do still own all of your content and your students as well.
So Ben says, can I do that now? So I'm actually going to show you how you would upgrade to the annual plan. Claudia says Spanish. So Claudia, yes, you can make your site in Spanish. You would translate it, but you can make it in Spanish. So I'm just going to share my screen to walk you through how you would upgrade to the annual plan. So I'm watching this right now, and I'm going to click Upgrade to Pro. Okay, so I would go through the steps here. I would upgrade to the professional plan. And then I'm in my professional school. Okay, I'm here on my dashboard in my professional school. And if I want to switch to the annual plan, I'm going to zoom in one click. If I want to switch to the annual plan, I just hit the settings gear, and then I hit the plan button, and then I just click the annual plan button. So there's this tab here, monthly or annual. Right now it says current plan on monthly professional, $99 a month. I just click annual and click switch to annual. And it says here you'll be charged $948. That is a lie because you just paid $99. We give you a $99 discount. The same thing, like if you signed up for basic a couple days ago and you want to switch to pro, we give you an automatic discount, okay? So even if it says $948 a year, that's a lie. You'll give it a $99 discount. So again, click the settings gear, click the plan menu, and then change your plan to $79 a month annual, okay? That's all you need to do.
Charlie's asking, why should one use a custom domain and what are the advantages? So it's completely up to you. Maybe you want to keep it as a one brand, but we do have huge schools who don't have a custom domain, so it's completely up to you if you want to have a brand that doesn't have, a custom URL that doesn't have @teachable.com at the end of it. It's purely for if you want it to have a matching brand, to be honest.
So Ali says, does the student's membership plan give them access to the whole school or just one course, or how does it? So you can select how much the membership gives them access to, okay? So you can have it give them access to just one part, to all parts, to only a little bit, etc. Tim says, is Seth's talk going to be available after? Yes, there will be a replay for Seth's talk.
And also Sonia was asking, will there be a rebroadcast? So you will get a recording of this as well, because I know we went through it quite a bit. Lorraine says, how do potential customers find courses? So like we were saying before, we've got a ton of native resources that help or features, say the affiliate program. We also have Teachable U, which is available to provide you a step-by-step guide on how you can create and build up your audience list so you can market your course. And we also have additional trainings as well within that. And do we get...
WC says, do you have your own email service or must be connected to ours? So we have a simple email service built in. Most people on Teachable link to MailChimp or ConvertKit or something else. Now I will say that again, you get 2 free months of ConvertKit when you're in the challenge. You get 2 free months of ConvertKit when you're in the challenge automatically by publishing your first course. Jorge says, what is CNAME? Jorge, I would read our support article about pointing a domain. You'll need to use a CNAME to point your domain to Teachable if you're using a custom domain.
It says, can my course run a live webinar? You can. I'll shoot you an article.
Should I show them how to do this right now? So I'm actually just going to very quickly show you how to run a live webinar over in Teachable. So I'm going to share my screen with everyone. So I have my course already, John's Guide to Beard Trimming. So I'm going to go into the curriculum. I'm going to make a new lecture and call this, I don't know, live webinar. Beautiful. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and I'm going to embed a live video stream. Now I have a live video stream right now. It's this YouTube live video that you're watching right now is a live video stream. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to my live video stream that you're watching right now, the Teachable Quickstart webinar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the share button and I'm going to see that there's an embed option. So I'm going to copy and paste the embed code here. And I'm going to go to live webinar and hit add code. And that just lets me paste in this embed code. So I'll hit save, and then I'll also enable comments right below it so that people can leave comments when they're watching it. So I'm going to preview this to show you what it looks like right now. So there's a live webinar. So I'm on my school right now. I'm watching a live webinar. I'm watching something happen like right now. This is actually a little bit crazy, this infinite loop we have going on right here. And I can even leave a comment. I can ask questions here. So, instructor, how does this work? So you can have people asking questions on the same page as you have your live webinar, and people can reply and be like, shut up and watch and find out, ! So you can have people, asking questions, leaving comments. It's really, really easy to set up a live webinar on Teachable. So I'm going to hop back to the chat here and see what other questions people have.
Kurt was asking, it says, thanks. Would I also be able to embed a Zoom webinar? So you wouldn't be able to use a Zoom because it doesn't have an iframe that you can copy and paste, just like Cam showed you in there, because it's a two-way system rather than a one-way system. But you can still put that Zoom link behind a paywall. So I'll shoot you details on how. Oh, I think I showed you the link already. Let me know if you need it again. But we do see a lot of people do coaching or one-on-one consulting and selling that through Teachable.
Paulina, yes, you can change the language to Russian. I assure you everything on the page can be in Russian. So I can do get response certification Polish. I think that there should be an answer. Let me see if I can find my get response certification, Polish certification. Translate google.com. Let me try to find you an example only in Russian here. So I'll do this to English and then to Polish. All right, I'm going to show you a Polish example. I can't think of a Russian example off the top of my head, but I know that it exists.
Just as you do that, someone's asking, can you address using co-videos to upload into Teachable? I'm not too sure what you mean by co-video, but any Teachable, any video that you have, whether it's hosted on your computer, OneDrive, Google Drive, can be uploaded directly to Teachable. And there's no limit to the amount of videos that you can have uploaded to Teachable. So it's slightly different. It will look the same kind of format as a webinar, but it would be the same format as a video.
Can't find the link for some reason, but it's definitely possible to make a Russian site on Teachable. Oh, there we go. So let me show you an example here. So this is an example in Polish. That's not Russian, but it's totally possible to show you that everything is, in fact, in another language. So here is Get Responses certification in Polish, and everything here is in the Polish language. So you can translate everything that you want into the language that you need. Okay?
Oh, Michael, I get it. Okay, awesome. Good, Michael. Ben says, okay, and by now I had to log in because I already had a free account. Will I still get the bonuses? Yes, you will. And welcome.
Steve says, does the live webinar automatically get recorded in the portal? So Steve, it depends on the system you're using. We use YouTube Live, which makes a video after that. Wave says, I would love to upgrade to Expedite Learning Curve. Do I do this online? Wave, you just click the button above the video to select your plan and you can upgrade right there. Michelle says, would you mind answering a question regarding whether if you can reasonably expect to make a profitable course with information that can be found free online? So Michelle, yes, you can make a profitable course selling information that can be found free online. For instance, if this is something that takes someone a long time to learn with free resources, like if it's something that changes quickly or becomes out of date quickly and it's hard to find up-to-date information, then you'll have a lot easier time than if it's, how to watch Netflix. That's something that someone can just Google, how to log into Netflix, and they're good. But if it's something like, if you're offering an auto mechanics course, you can go on YouTube and you can find a bazillion auto tutorials about how to fix this thing with an engine or whatever. But if you're offering a specific course about how to do a specific topic and it's a shortcut to an outcome, then yes, people will pay for it. Think of it like this. I spent a stupid amount of money to go to college, and a lot of what I learned in college, I could learn for free online. That's the thing is, like, when you're in college, that's something else you're paying for. You're paying for the context. You're paying for the speed of learning. You're paying for the certificate. You're paying for the acknowledgement. People pay for other things, not just the information. And Claudia, yes, you have to translate it manually. Michelle, is there an average that people pay for classes? Michelle, I'd say $150 to $250. Steve, we do not translate it for you. Machine translation sucks, and we do not charge nearly enough to translate your whole site. So if you want to translate your site into another language, that's something that you do, or you can pay someone else to do it. But for what Teachable charges, no, we do not do that for you. Charlie, so is it possible to restrict some content in your courses? Only a portion of your students. So Charlie, you can create different bundles. So let's say you have 5 total pieces of content on your site. You can create a bundle that contains, 2 of them, a bundle that contains 4 of them, and a bundle that contains all of them, and have a different price for each bundle. Wave, yes, it'll automatically be prorated if you were on the basic plan before. Okay, John says PowerPoint and Keynote, just PDFs. John, you can use PowerPoint and Keynote. For best experiences, we recommend exporting the PowerPoint and Keynote as a video file and then uploading that. Harry, we can process credit card payments ourselves. We integrate with Stripe on the back end, but you don't have to set up some special account. We handle it yourselves. Laura says, can I add a thumbtack icon to lead to my thumbtack page? Sure, you can put in a button and then have that link to whatever page you want. That's not an issue. Ari says, what's the benefits of doing webinars in Teachable? So Ari, if you have something on YouTube and you're just doing it on YouTube, you need a way for people to kind of have that content gated, to only have it to people that are paying. So the best way to do that is to put it behind that paywall over in Teachable. Renee says, how do I prevent users from sharing their login credentials? Renee, we automatically track the number of logins per user, so you can monitor that and you can remove anyone who seems suspiciously high. By and large, though, this just isn't an issue. SAS, so your content will stay accessible indefinitely. Angel says, how long should the course be? It's not about the length of the course. It's about how impactful it is. Think of it like this. Let's say you have a course about a business topic, and you have a 20-minute video that ends with an exercise, and you say, that walks them through how to do this exercise, and the exercise takes them 5 hours to do. Is the course 20 minutes long, or is the course 5 hours long? It's about what they actually get out of it, not just the length of the content in the course, if that makes sense. Chris J says, can you convert currencies? Chris, you can list your courses in as many currencies as you want. If you have your currency in dollars, for instance, when somebody pays in, if someone has a credit card in euros or a debit card in euros, it'll get converted into euros when they pay.
WC says, what is the completion rate for Teachable courses? I think that's pretty hard to gauge, but I also don't think
it varies a lot.
I don't think it would give you much context just in terms of the amount of industries and topics that vary on Teachable. I don't think that would give you an accurate answer. What you'd really want to look at is your own individual course. Look at the course reporting and see how your students are progressing through it. You can also enable something like course compliance, which means that they have to hit a certain completion rate of your lecture to gain access to the next one. So watching 90% of a video or getting 80% in a quiz score to then unlock access to the next course. You could also drip the content out so they have it received on a certain cadence, maybe on a week by week basis as well. So you have a few options there, but I don't think giving you a completion rate of the Teachable courses would be helpful, quite frankly.
So Andrea says,
I also don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No problem. Yeah. Andrea says, I'll have to shoot many videos before launching the course. That'll take time. What is the benefit of upgrading to Pro now? So Andrea, the benefit of upgrading to Pro now is the training that you get with it. So the training, for instance, in shooting videos, in organizing your course, in setting up your content, that's all included when you join us on a paid plan. And you're going to be in the Creator Challenge, which helps you actively get to milestones that will help you succeed. So if after 30 days you find it isn't worth it for the training, most users find it is, but some don't. you can then just downgrade. And that's that simple.
Scott says, is there a limit to the length of teaching video? Would 45 to 60 minutes be a problem? So to be honest, I wouldn't know about the video length, but it's more about the video size. So 2 gigabytes per media file is the maximum file size, but there's no limit to the amount of media files that you can have in a course. So let's say if that 60-minute video is over 2 gigabytes, you could break it down into 2. And quite frankly, I wouldn't have a video that is 60 minutes long solidly. To be honest, I think 2 gigabytes would hold a 60-minute video, just from like a ballpark, because 2 gigabytes is larger than a full HD movie.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty large file size. With memberships, I guess they get a private password. So, Michael, they actually create their own password. And with a membership site, if you wanted to, or maybe you mean a private site, if you wanted to, you could make your course private, and then anyone who has the direct URL link, only they can gain access to the course. And it says, I'm on the creator challenge, but I never got all the info about upcoming to webinar. Follow-up, sign-up, recommendations. Yeah, shoot us a note at
challenge@teachable.com.
Challenge@teachable.com, and we'll be able to address that for you, Anna.
Chris says, this has been really helpful, Weber. Thank you, Chris. Claudia,
Yay.
can I delete an already published course? Yes, you can delete courses at any time. Dan, yes, you can upload MP3s. That's totally possible. You can add them right into the course as an additional resource. Steve, you would have to be on the professional plan. If you want to sell things outside of Teachable and then give automated access into Teachable, you need to be on the pro plan. So I would highly recommend, though, there's really no need for that. You can even use that external system and then just have the buy button link over to Teachable. Marie says, do you already answer this? Any advice on camera need to shoot a cooking course? So Marie, honestly, you can start with your phone. As long as you have phone and like nice light, that might be enough to start. We have a lot more in-depth guide in Teachable U when we talk about course equipment.
Jennifer, yes, you can duplicate courses out.
Anna, yes, you can duplicate the course and then translate the content in the course. So Wave says the pro training, when do the live trainings begin? So Wave, the live partner trainings in Teachable U, we have those every month, and those are recorded.
Does the basic plan offer live webinar feature? Yep, you can absolutely do that. How many courses can I create? Unlimited. Correct, Jennifer. There's no limit. In one school, there's no limit to the amount of content, videos, multimedia files, courses, students that you can have enrolled. So truly it's about kind of enhancing or enabling your growth of your business and streamlining that rather than limiting it. Wave says thank you. Are the live courses or automated courses better to do for your first course? Honestly, depends on your industry and your audience. So honestly, given a mix of both is pretty good because it gives a variety of different learning styles, but it would really depend on your topic and your audience.
Steve says, why have them pay in Teachable? Steve, because it's a lot simpler if they can just pay and then immediately get access instead of like having to wait for some automation to like create an account or send them login credentials. It's a lot easier that way. In addition, Teachable's checkout pages convert very, very well. And they're also going to convert even better when we add mobile payments. That's right. Everyone watching this right now, we're adding mobile payments to Teachable so people will be able to check out with Apple Pay and Google Pay. Rihanna, you're going to get information about that in your upgrade paperwork, and you can bookmark that link.
George, you can register for another webinar, but you will get a replay of this webinar.
Mari says, again, is access on the basic plan? Mari, yes, you can access the training on the basic plan. Harry, yes, I would just put those videos into a course, which you call weekly resources or something. Charlie says, how does tax work for non-US citizens? So Charlie, we will automatically handle EU VAT tax on your behalf. Other types of tax that you might be responsible for, you'll need to talk to an accountant about that. We handle EU VAT taxes, but we don't pay your income tax for you. That's on you. So you should still talk with an accountant in your area to determine what your tax liability might be. Right. What do you say we take like a few more questions here? Jennifer says, well, when duplicating courses, is it a simple process? Jennifer, it's literally a single button. It's
maybe
like
one click, actually.
Yeah. Alicia, yes, we'll handle taxes and we'll send you a 1099. Anna, I don't know what you mean by you're checking out challenge@teachable.com right now. That's an email address. So you can email them to make sure you get the info. Steve says, can you assign tasks in the course? Steve, we don't have like a built-in task assigner. There's no concept of a task in Teachable. There's just people completing the course content. So you can say that, your homework for the week is to do X, Y, and Z. And then you use our drip setting to make it last a week before they get access to the next part. But there's no built-in like task to Teachable. Okay, Riani, you should have gotten that as part of your initial upgrade if you upgraded on a webinar. You can always reach out to our team for details.
Frank, what software do you recommend to create a screen recording? So there's ScreenFlow and Camtasia are ones I know off the top of my head. I believe there's also OHS or something.
OBS?
OBS, thank you. Which also might be a free one too. There's quite a few. And you can also ask in our Facebook group. There's a ton of course instructors in there, which I'm sure use a lot of screen recordings, sorry. Do you guys do SEO services yet? I'll shoot you an article on our SEO feature.
Ari says, following the task question, can a student upload a coding task with my code checking it on the back end? So Ari, that sounds pretty advanced. That's not something we have built in. Now, I will say that you can embed web-based IDEs. That's totally possible. Or you can simply have students upload. I would honestly just have them push their code to a shared class GitHub repo or something like that for you to check against. Teachable is not meant for you to build in auto code checkers and stuff like that. That's a little bit of an edge case, Ari. I hope you can understand that. Jorge says, talk about copyright. So Jorge, you own the copyright for your content when you upload it to Teachable. It's as simple as that. Teachable doesn't have a license to it other than to display it to your users. Now, if you're asking about copyright for using other people's content, you got to be very careful with that. If you're using other people's content for courses that you're charging for, there are certain parts of fair use that you might fall into, but you really need to tread carefully. If you're using other people's content without getting written permission, you're at real legal risk, and you should definitely consult with a lawyer. Okay, Mimi, Mario, I think just talk to our support team about it. Angel says, how can I make sure I receive all of the bonus items if I'm not currently registered but plan to register before the end of the day? So Angel, I would just click the link to the pro plan or whatever plan you want up above, and then just keep that link open. Renee, we integrate with ActiveCampaign or HubSpot and HubSpot. So Alicia, again, I'm not a tax accountant. I do not know a great deal about your personal taxes. Teachable is a U.S. entity and would be paying you for your services. But you need to talk to an accountant in your area who can advise you on what your tax situation might be for those sorts of payments. Jennifer, no. This is a limited time offer. Irina says, everything I must create by yourself, or I can have an instructor. Irina, you can add another instructor if you want. And I think it's about time for us to wrap this up. So we'll take one more question, Katie. One more question.
Oh, yeah.
And wow, there's still like 90 people live. Incredible. Jennifer, this offer will be valid for the next 24 hours or so. Ari, that the uploading to GitHub won't be reflected in the course itself. It doesn't. They don't talk to each other that way. That would just be a separate thing. Mariana, Canadian taxes, again, some you'll have to talk to a tax accountant about. The only taxes we handle automatically are EU VAT taxes. Joanna, yes, we give you training on how to build the courses. It's built right into Teachable U. Bob says, I missed the beginning. What is the special offer, Bob? The special offer is an invitation to join Teachable today on one of our paid plans. You get free access to an incredible amount of bonuses, including hours and hours of training on how to use Teachable and how to launch and grow your courses, plus live access to our Creator Challenge. Our Creator Challenge is a summer-long challenge, which gives you milestones to hit and a lot of additional bonuses for completing tasks. Harry says, if I charge in Euro, it'll be translated to USD. Harry, no, you can charge natively in Euro. And Natalie says, can I offer courses under my plan for different partner organizations, essentially using different branding for each? So Natalie, that's something more possible on our business plan, you can shoot us an email at support@teachable.com to ask more details about that. But it is about time for us to wrap this up, unfortunately. This has been a lot of fun. And thank you to everyone who's joined us. It's been a really incredible webinar. Thank you so much to everyone. And I hope to see you all in the Creator Challenge soon. So signing off now.
Thank you, guys.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.